Up until about 2 years ago, I'd never even seen a Harley Benton guitar in real life. Obviously, that's changed quite dramatically now because of the whole YouTube thing. I've bought a load of them. I've been sent a load of them. I've spent extended periods of time at different events playing them, like at Gear Street or on the island last year with Henning and everybody. Harley Benton sent about 10 guitars as part of the 25th anniversary, and we were there for a couple of weeks, so I really got to know the guitars, really got to sort of know and understand the lines and the range of guitars. You know, everybody's got their own opinion of Harley Benton guitars, of course, and they can be quite divisive in that sort of way. You know, to me, they're just like every other guitar brand. There's good guitars, there's not so good guitars. Yeah, the ethical side of it is something else, and that's not something that I really want to discuss. Try and keep it out of the comment section if you can, because it can get kind of a bit messy. So I thought it would be fun to go through all the guitars that I either have or have been sent or spent a long time with, put them in a tier list and rank them from highest to low. Let's go. So the first one is this, I think it's pronounced Aeolus, and it's in Frost Flame, and it's a semi-hollow, more of a 339 rather than a 335 style, maybe even slightly even smaller than that. Pretty much like a hollow or semi-hollow Les Paul, really, slightly bigger maybe. This guitar, I played on the island for quite a bit of time and I enjoyed it. It was nothing special to me, so I'm going to put it in just fine. Nothing really stood out to me. Probably nothing against the guitar, just personally, it's not really a type of guitar that I'm into. So next up is this Amarok Baritone, which I know very well. I've got it sitting over there, actually. They sent it to me, I think, late last year or maybe in the middle of last year. Really, really good guitar. Really high spec, it's just loads of features for the money. It's got a quilted maple veneer on the top, and it's a through neck, and I think it's a 5 or 7 piece laminate. Really high quality. It's got lock-in tuners. It's got EMG pickups. It's sub £500. So for me, I love it. I've been really getting into baritones recently. Next up is the 6-string version, which I spent quite a bit of time with on the island. Not in this colour. It was in the green, actually, but if I was going to buy one, I'd get one in the green. I really like this guitar. I'm going to put it on Love It as well, because again, the features for the money is such a good guitar. Okay, next up is their PRS copy, which I have played on a few occasions, so I kind of feel like I can add this one in. I don't own this one, or they haven't sent me this one, but I think I am waiting to be sent this one, actually. So I should have this one pretty soon. It's a copy of a PRS, and as hopefully anyone watching this channel knows, I love PRS guitars, so I don't really know how I should feel about this, because they're kind of ripping off my favourite guitar brand. But they do it really well. You know, it's not as good as a PRS SE, but then it's like a third of the price, so it's just going to be a bit boring, because I'm going to put it on Love It as well. Next up is the Silver Sparkle Fusion 3 with the tremolo. They sent me this, I think, last year or the year before, and it's got the roasted maple neck. It's got lock-in tuners, yeah? I think it's got lock-in tuners, good sounding pickups. I love everything about this guitar. Might actually be one of my favourite Harley Benton guitars that I've ever played. So, I want to say God tier, but there's something else coming up that's going to sort of knock it down. So I'm going to put this on Love It as well. Love the silver sparkle finish. Looks so good. I've made loads of videos about it on my channel, so you can go back and have a look if you want. Next up is the 25th anniversary Fusion Telly, or TE, with the tremolo. I think this guitar is a really good guitar, but I'd prefer it if it had a lock-in tremolo. Also, the guitar that we had on the islands, it had a few issues. It had one major issue, actually, so the bridge was in the wrong place. You know, I'm going to put this guitar on just fine, because for this one, we can include colour, because it's specifically for the 25th. Not really into the colour on that shape and style. Starting to wish I hadn't called this middle one just fine, because it should be maybe like, yeah, it's cool, not just fine. Next up is Max Guitars signature model, and I have to say, God tier straight away. This has everything I love about a guitar. I love the colour. I love green guitars, and that's just like the perfect green with the black burst on the edge. It's got it's lock-in tremolo, love that. I think it's got a roasted maple neck, love that. Everything about it, the pickup configuration, the flame top veneer. If I had designed a guitar out of the guitars in their current range, like basing it on something, it would definitely have turned out something like that. Even the gold hardware I like, because it kind of reminds me of a really affordable Jackson PC1. And if you are somebody that watches my channel, you'll know that I love Jackson PC1s. Love the colour, love the reverse headstock as well, because if I was going to have a Jackson PC1 made, definitely I would be going for a reverse headstock. God tier is the only place that I can put this guitar. Next up is Henning's guitar. Now, I like green guitars. Something about this green, I don't know, I'm not so sure about this green. Not a massive fan of the pickup configuration. I like that it's hardtail. I'm sorry, Henning, but you're going in just fine. You got the roasted maple neck, that's good. For me, I don't think the colour's quite right. I don't like the pickup configurations too much. It's a cool guitar. It's based on the Fusion, which is always a good guitar. So, sorry, Henning, but I'm not sorry. Next up is the 25th anniversary JA60, which I kind of love it. You know what? It's going to go in just fine, because if it had humbuckers, it would be love it for me. But I do like everything. I like the neck. I like everything else about it. Like the bridge, but those pickups, yeah, they're not for me. Then they don't have. I'm not sure, but I don't think it comes with locking tuners either. But I might be wrong on that. Okay, next up is the JA60 in shell pink. Again, I love the colour. The neck on the one that I have, it's one of the best necks that I've felt on a Harley Benton. And my one has been customised, so it does have a humbucker. But still, this isn't my one. This is just an off-the-shelf one. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it on the middle one because of the pickups. I wish that I hadn't called it Just Fine. I can change it. It's cool. That makes me feel a lot better about putting it on the middle tier. Also, the middle tier is getting very crowded, so hopefully we'll start getting some less good ones. Next up is the SC450 in Lemon Drop. This is a guitar that's got my channel so many views and subscribers, so I think I owe a lot to this guitar, and I'm going to put it on Love It because it's a really good guitar. I like the colour. I like the neck, I like the pickups. So I'm going to upgrade the pickups. I've got some pickups that have just been sent to me for like a video series, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, for me, love it, but there's a problem because next up is the SC500 version 2, which I played on the island, and there's a massive, massive jump in everything on this guitar. So I'm actually going to have to move this down to It's Cool. I don't have one of these 550s, and I'd love to actually get one of the 550s. But yeah, it's so much better, and the 450 is good. And the 450 is like, I don't know, say like that far away from an actual Gibson Les Paul. The jump in quality has just brought it so much closer to what it's trying to be. I think that it deserves to be. It could even be higher. God tier. I'm going to put it on God tier. It's so close to an actual Gibson. Yeah, feeling it because you can feel like the poly finish. It's not got the same like nitro feel as a Les Paul. But everything else, it was scarily close. Okay, next up is the SC Custom 2 with EMGs. And again, that was a guitar that I got sent at the same time as the Silver Sparkle Fusion 3. And I'm going to put it on Love It because you just can't find a bad thing to say about that guitar. It was well made. It sounded really good. It's got the EMGs. If you don't like EMGs, then you're not going to like the guitar. I like EMGs. I loved it. And just in case you didn't realise, the SC Custom is more like a modern ESP Eclipse type single cut. And the SC 550 is more of a traditional Gibson single cut, so that's how they differ, as well as the pickups and that kind of thing, but they're the main differences in case you didn't realise. Okay, so the ST25th, this is the anniversary ST model. I'm going to put this on Love It as well, because for some reason, other than the really, really low-end stuff, Harley Benton don't seem to make a HSS Strat, and this is the closest that we come to it, and their Strat stuff is really good, like their ST60, 62, and that kind of stuff is so much guitar for the money, and they're good guitars. I just wish that they had a humbucker in the bridge, and this is as close as we can get at the moment. I want to jump a few just so we can get some more filled up on the lower end of the tier list. So this is the TE20MN in Candy Apple Red, and I'm going to put it on because I think that for the difference in price between that and the proper like TE62 or something, it's just a huge difference. And it's okay, and if it's your first guitar or if you want to get it for a kid or something, then it's fine. But compared to all the other guitars, it doesn't even compare really. But then for the price, what do you expect? And I'm also going to do this ST20. It's like the basic Strat. It's like £70 or something. I'm really, it's the same range as this Teletype, but it wasn't as good. So I'm going to put that in because I got no interest in that guitar. I bought one. I donated it to somewhere. Okay, so the 25th anniversary Teletype. I don't know, T62 anniversary. I don't know the name, but you know what guitar it is. I'm going to put this on I put this on, it's cool because I've got no complaints about it. We spent a good amount of time with it on the island. To be honest, it felt a lot like a player telly, or at least a Squire Classic vibe, but I'd say even more so like a player telly. So that's saying a lot. Okay, now the same guitar, but in candy apple red and double bound, so front and back. And it's just something about the way with the double binding, it just seems so much more high end and more. It was just more enjoyable to play. So for me, I want to put it on Love It because I really enjoyed that guitar and I'd actually really like to get one. Okay, so we've got this TE20 SBK, I think it's called HH. So I'm going to put it on It's Cool because it's a really good modding platform. And I like that it's already routed out for humbuckers. You can upgrade all the hardware if you want. But the basics of the guitar, the bones of the guitar, they seem pretty good. It's got a satin kind of finish. If you don't like that sort of thing, then you won't like this. You know, it leaves a lot of handprints and you can see the oils from your hands. They really sort of damage the finish after a bit of playing. But that's also a cool thing to me. So I like that. Actually, these last couple of the satin black ones. See, the only other Strat that they do is that's HSS is this. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's like £100. HSS ST20, maybe SBK, and I had one of these. It had a few problems, it had a few high frets, nothing massive, but enough to be annoying for the value of the guitar if you had to take it in somewhere and get these problems sorted out. Again, I gave this away, but I want to put it on. Nah, for the price point, it's fine. It was annoying that it had the little problems that it had. Would you get those problems with the equivalent Squire guitar? Maybe, I don't know. It sounded fine. There's videos on my channel about it, as there are pretty much all of these guitars, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And lastly is the Jim Root rip-off. People get annoyed when I say rip-off. Now, I like this guitar. I like the feel of it. The hardware's all pretty good. What I don't like is the pickups, and actually I've had a company recently send me some replacement pickups specifically for this, so keep an eye out for that video, because I think that we can make this guitar a whole lot better than it is. I'm going to put it on It's Cool, but it has the potential to go higher because also it's really cheap. It's like £120. And the pickups that I've been sent are maybe, I think they're about £35 maybe. And I've got a feeling that they're going to be way better than this. So for like £150-ish, I think you can probably get yourself a really good Jim Root rip-off guitar. So I'm really happy with the way that this list has turned out. Let me know down below if you would change anything, or where you would put, or what your favourite Harley Benton guitar is, or what you think of Harley Benton guitars in general. All of these guitars can be found on my channel, pretty much most of them. I've done some sort of demo for them or some sort of review, so please check those out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.